What's up, everybody? It is Thursday's lesson today, and we're going to be doing division of decimals by whole numbers. So we practiced a little bit yesterday with just doing some review on dividing, long division. So hopefully we're getting a little bit of practice in there, but today we're going to take it a little step further. We're going to add some decimals to it. But it's going to be nice because the process doesn't change at all. You're going to like this. Here we go. 7.5 divided by 3. 7.5 divided by 3. And if we're going to set this up, much like we talked about in yesterday's video, the first number, the dividend, is the number that goes in the box of our algorithm, right? That's 7, 5 will go right in there. And then the divisor, the 3, goes on the outside, the number that is actually doing the work. So the first thing we do is we check and see how many times that divisor will fit into the first digit of our dividend. And then that's how we use this algorithm to divide it for us. It's kind of nice how it works. It's like a trick almost. So the 3 will go into the 7 one time easily. It will actually fit in 2. It won't fit in 3 because that's 9 is too high. So we're going 2 times here. And then what we do next is multiply whatever number we found here by the divisor. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we subtract 7 minus 6. We get 1, and then bring down our 5. Notice how I haven't even touched the decimal yet, because I really don't care about it. I'm just dividing as if these were regular whole numbers. I'll take care of the decimal in just a second. 3 goes into 15 exactly 5 times. That's a good thing. And then this is where we would normally be done, right? We subtract it, we get a 0, and we're done, right? The answer would be 25. But that's not true because there was a decimal in our dividend to begin with. The only thing you have to do here is bring this guy, and this is why it's so important to stay organized the best you can. Notice how my numbers are nice and lined up. You can use line paper to help you with that, but it really does help, guys. Organization is super important to problem solving. We bring that decimal straight up into the answer there, into our quotient, and 7.5 divided by 3 is actually 2.5, right? If you took 7.5 divided into 3 groups, you get 2.5 in each of those groups. And that's our answer, and that's how we handle division with decimals in the dividend. So I'd like you guys to try this one, please, on your own. 9.8 divided by 2. Go ahead, pause the video, and try it. And now you unpause, and here I am. I'm going to solve it for you. Let's see if you got it right. The dividend, the first number, goes in our box. The divisor goes outside. First thing I'm going to do, see how many times 2 goes into 9. That is 4 times without going over, which is 8. Subtract these 2 numbers here. There's 1 left over. I'm going to bring down my next digit, which is an 8. 2 goes into 18. 9 times exactly, which is great. It means it divides evenly, and I'm done. Except I need to make sure my decimal goes up in the answer, right? Because 9.8, think about that. 9 is almost 10, right? Really close to 10. Divided by 2, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my answer should be close to 5. Definitely not 49. That'd be crazy. That'd be a wild answer. Which clearly means I forgot to put my decimal in. So if I bring it straight up, it goes right in there. 4.9, that's close to 5, which is my estimate. And that's my answer to this one. Hopefully you got it. If not, that's okay. Just try and find the exact spot you made your mistake, address it, and then maybe you won't make that same mistake on the next one. Let's do one more together in this video, and then you guys can get to your question. 9 4800ths divided by 15. Go ahead and try it. And then when you're done, pause. Here I am. Dividend, the first number, is what goes inside. 15, go outside. Okay, so 15 will not go into 9. That's okay. Because if it doesn't, then we'll just leave this spot blank right here. But I am going to go ahead and bring up my decimal right now, just to help keep myself organized a little bit here. I can just put a 0 there if I want to. But now, since 15 didn't go into 9, I'm going to see if 15 goes into 94. 15 does go into 94, clearly. Quite a bit, quite a few times. But I don't know how many times, so I'm going to try and guess. 5 times, 15 times 5, I can do the quantity here, 5 to 75. Not quite 94. I think it maybe could go in one more time, so I'm just going to add another 15 to it and see. That makes 90. So yeah, it fits in a total of 5, plus the other time I added 6 times. So it goes in 6 times. Notice how I'm no different than you guys. Sometimes I have to do a little work off to the side to figure if it works into these long division problems. You can make them a little bit longer problems, but I still have to do it just like you guys do. So it goes in 6 times, which is, we just found out, 90. And if I subtract those, 94 minus 90 gives me 4. And I bring down my 8. Then I continue this process, right? 15 goes into 48. I know that one's 3 times. 15 times 3 is 45. And if I subtract, unfortunately I haven't run into this issue yet, we subtract and we get a 3. And this is where the information for this lesson really comes into play. When we're dividing decimals, we don't end up with remainders because decimals are remainders. So you can't have remainder and remainder, right? You can't have 2 different remainders. So we actually want to keep it a decimal. And the way we do that, all you have to do is if you have a remainder down here, just slap a 0 on the end of your decimal. We've talked about this several times. A 0 on the end of here doesn't have any value to it. All it does is it helps us now divide because you can bring that 0 down and say, oh, well, 15 goes into 30 2 times, which does finish the problem out with no remainder. So then we can say that 9 4800ths, right, our original problem here, divided by 15 would get us all the way down to 0.632, which is about a half. A little bit longer of a problem here, but hopefully you can see my steps there. And if you did miss one of those steps or miss part, please, the point of this video is it's kind of cool because you can rewind, you can go back, you can see how did Mr. Johnson get that. And as always, if you have questions, let me know. I'll see you in my office hours or in class. Peace out.